OCR A A-Level Chemistry 2025 exam season overview, starting with paper 1, inorganic. So this one, on the most part, according to your guys' opinions, went pretty well. There were some questions that I did really like on this paper. For example, the one where you had to find the shape of the molecules, and they picked ones that were like the period below, ones that you should kind of already know. And yeah, I did really like that as a 6 marker. I thought it was very good. There were, however, some less good questions. The one where you had to find the melting points and draw them on the graph, I didn't like. And the one where you had to say why the enthalpy change of formation of iron is 0, I had a really difficult time phrasing. And then I had to triple check this answer for the low enthalpy value because it's a very small value. Also on the survey I put out, someone mentioned that lots of people couldn't decide whether copper disaccylate was cis and trans or optical, and it is in fact cis and trans. Again, the response to how did we find paper 2 was overwhelmingly positive. 75% of you found it okay or better. Now this I do agree with. I found it a really nice paper, and so all of the questions were good questions, so I've only got the ones that I don't know about. So one of the things that kind of got me, that I spent a bit more time thinking about than I'd have liked to, was deciding whether the reaction of an alcohol with a sodium halide or the reaction of a haloalkane with a sodium hydroxide needed H2SO4, because obviously one of them does and one of them doesn't. And I spent too long thinking about it on the paper, and obviously both questions were on the paper. So I don't know about that because I went home and I looked it up and I found the answer, and then I forgot which one I put for which. So I just kind of have to stick it out. And then define a functional group. This was not a question I was prepared for in any sense of the word, and honestly it threw me so much. I think I waffled about element or elements that affect how organic compounds react. And then the bromination of phenol I got wrong because I did what you can see here, and obviously you're not supposed to make 3H2, you're supposed to make 3HBr, so that caught me out, but I'll still get a couple of marks from it, I hope. And finally, paper 3. This one didn't go fantastically for some of you. I'm sure it went better than you think, but let's get into it. This might not be reflective of all of you because this poll has been up for 8 hours at the time I'm making this video, so, maybe some of you did find it better but didn't have a chance to vote. Despite this being the most recent paper that I had done, I couldn't remember anything I liked about it except for the proton, neutron and electron question that came with the MZ peaks, and that's only because I remember getting kind of 3 questions later, I'm going, oh no, because MZ are M plus peaks, so you have to take away an electron, and I corrected it, and I was quite pleased with myself. Other than that, the very last question, question 6, with the Hess cycle, I found the question itself quite easy, but then when it came to drawing the actual Hess cycle, I struggled a little bit, only because I couldn't work out what I was supposed to do, whether I was supposed to put products, reactants, the whole thing. It was just one of those things you don't really think about when you revise. It's not one of those things that you kind of consciously go, I must remember. So it was just something that I missed, and then when I tried to write it all out, I ran out of space because it's only obviously an A4 piece of paper, so I just put in the numbers. So I don't think I'll get the mark for that, but we live. And then there was the ibuprofen and paracetamol question. Now, don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this will haunt me till the day I die, because I was so confident in my maths, and I read that question 3 times. I highlighted every little thing that was important. And then it turns out that they didn't say write your answer in milligrams in the question, but just in the answer. And did I look at the answer? No, I did not. And the thing that really gets me about this is literally in every past paper I've done where this has been the question, find out this proportion of this in 1 tablet, and it's been in milligrams, I have spotted it 100% of the time. And of course, the one time I don't spot it is the actual A-level. But I'm not sour at all. So what now? Well, I've been thinking about this, and what I've decided is I'm going to take a break over the summer. I'm going to enjoy traveling, and I'm also going to learn how to animate and audio mix and things that will make this channel better for you and things like that. So ultimately, I will see you guys anew in September. So all that's left for me to say to you guys is thank you so much for all your support. What started off as a little personal statement enrichment turned into one of my full-time hobbies, and I couldn't have done it without any of your help. And the OCR A-Level chemistry module videos are still my most watched videos. 1.5 thousand views on one of them, which is insane, by the way. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. As cringy and as overplayed as it is to say, it's true. Honestly, I'm ridiculously humbled that these videos that really I made to help myself revise for A-level chemistry helped so many of you. Some of the comments I've received from some of you have been absolutely incredible, and I'd just like to thank you all again for your support. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope this kind of gave you an insight into the papers and it made you feel slightly better about yourself. I'm sure you all did fantastically. And I'm not personally going to upload my results when I get them because those videos are heartbreaking, some of them. Man, they're awful. But I'd love to hear your guys' results and what you're planning on doing with them when they come out. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your continued support, and I'll hope to see you around. Thanks. Bye.